All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are unpacking an absolutely unbelievable clash from the 2026 World Cup Round of 32. Picture this. Under the vibrant lights of the Miami Stadium in Florida, the city Lionel Messi actually calls home now, we got a matchup that delivered all the drama, the magic, and the utter chaos that makes the World Cup the greatest sporting event on earth. We're talking about defending champions Argentina facing off against a team making a historic, unbelievable debut in the knockout stages. And as we're going to see today, this match turned into a legendary showcase of how one single player can totally hijack a game as both a ruthless scorer and a masterful playmaker. Okay, let's dive into this because we are looking at the ultimate David versus Goliath scenario here. On one side, you have this footballing juggernaut, Argentina, cruising into the knockouts after a flawless group stage. On the flip side, Cape Verde, a tiny island nation off the west coast of Africa with a population of just over 500,000 people. To put that in perspective, that's roughly the size of just one single neighborhood in Buenos Aires. They're the absolute lowest-ranked team left in the tournament. Literally nobody gave the Blue Sharks a chance. Everyone expected a routine blowout for Argentina, but somehow this heavy underdog pushed the defending champs to the absolute brink. So how did they do it? Let's break it down. If you thought this was just going to be a quick 90-minute stroll in the park for Argentina, well, think again. This match was a breathless 120-minute slugfest. Just look at this timeline. It was a 5-goal thriller that swung back and forth like a pendulum. Argentina strikes first, right? But Cape Verde answers. Argentina strikes again in extra time, and, incredibly, Cape Verde answers again. It literally took until the 11th minute for the world champions to finally put this heroic side away. The momentum shifts were just dizzying to watch. So let's look at exactly how the scoring opened, because this perfectly highlights the first part of our focus today, Lionel Messi, the lethal scorer. After 25 minutes of Cape Verde proving they absolutely belonged on that pitch, Argentina finally picks the lock. Step 1, center back Lisandro Martínez spots an opening and plays this razor-sharp ball right over the top of the defense. Then Messi times a flawless back shoulder run, totally ghosting his defender. Next comes the magic. He controls this dropping ball with the outside of his boot. It is an exquisite piece of skill. And finally, he just unleashes this venomous left-footed finish right into the roof of the net. Magic created from absolutely nothing. Now that sublime finish in the 29th minute, it wasn't just any old goal. It was number 20, Lionel Messi's 20th career World Cup goal. It was also his 7th of this specific 2026 tournament, which vaulted him right back to the top of the Golden Boot standings, sitting 2 goals ahead of Kylian Mbappe on the all-time career list. The fans in Buenos Aires were reportedly losing their minds, and it really just cements his legacy as one of the most prolific goal scorers in the history of the sport. But honestly, even crazier than the number 20 is the number 8. That opening strike extended Messi's own World Cup record to 8 consecutive games with a goal. Just think about that for a second. An 8-match scoring streak on the absolute highest pressure stage in international football. And that includes 5 straight in the knockout rounds, dating all the way back to the 2022 tournament in Qatar. The level of consistency there is just jaw-dropping. You'd think a goal like that would just shatter the underdogs and open the floodgates, right? Nope, you'd be totally wrong. The Blue Sharks absolutely refused to back down. In the 59th minute, Cape Verde shocked everyone in that stadium. Well, everyone except themselves, maybe. Deroy Duarte finds some space and just slams a close-range shot past Emiliano Martínez to level things up at 1-1. It was Duarte's first ever goal for his country, and talk about timing. It sent a massive, audacious message to the champs. We aren't just happy to be here, we are here to fight. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the incredible individual duel that completely defined the second half. To keep their Cinderella dream alive, Cape Verde had to rely heavily on their captain, their 40-year-old goalkeeper, Vozinha. And man, he put on a masterclass. Vozinha ended the game with 10 total saves. And half of those, 5 absolutely incredible stops, were directly against Lionel Messi. It became this fascinating battle of wills, the relentless, record-breaking attacker throwing everything he had, and this veteran goalie just building a brick wall to deny him time and time again. This duel just kept escalating. 63rd minute, Messi finds a seam, fires a darting shot, Vozinha saves it. 72nd minute, Messi gets a free kick from dream territory. Vozinha makes a huge save, but the absolute wildest moment happened 5 minutes into stoppage time, the 95th minute. Argentina is desperate to avoid extra time. They win a free kick in the super cinematic do-or-die scenario. Messi hits the target, but once again, the 40-year-old brick wall is there to block it. He literally forced extra time single-handedly. And extra time? Pure, unadulterated madness. Just 2 minutes in, Argentina capitalizes on a defensive slip-up and retakes the lead. But guess what? The underdogs still refuse to fold. In the 104th minute, Cape Verde puts together this beautiful, sweeping move. The ball finds wingback Sidny Lopes Cabral on the edge of the box, and he just unleashes an absolute screamer. A dipping, right-footed rocket that flies past a totally helpless Emiliano Martínez. It's a strike we'll be replaying for decades. Suddenly, it's 2-2, and the defending champions are staring down the barrel of a penalty shootout. So what do you do when your main weapon is neutralized? Thwarted over and over by Vozinha as a direct scorer, Messi had to find another way. And this brings us to the second part of our focus, his playmaking. As the Times of India captured perfectly here, he masterfully pivoted to his playmaking toolkit. In the 111th minute, with tension just off the charts, Messi steps up for a crucial corner kick. Instead of trying to force a shot or dribble into a crowded box, he turns provider. He curls this pinpoint, inviting ball deep into the danger zone, right onto the head of defender Cristian Romero. So the crucial point here is this. True legends adapt. When your primary method of problem-solving hits a brick wall, you find a new angle. Romero meets that perfect delivery with a thumping header. It deflects off Cape Verde defender Dine Borges, and finally lands out of Vozinha's reach. Now, why does this matter for us? Because it shows that winning at this level isn't just about raw talent. It's about relentless adaptability. It was Messi's dual threat capability, shifting seamlessly from a frustrated scorer to an elite playmaker, that ultimately unlocked the defense and saved Argentina. But hold on, because Cape Verde wasn't done yet. Argentina actually needed their own goalkeeper to step up to survive the final assault. Emiliano Martínez had to become the hero in the dying minutes. 117th minute, Cabral hits another dipping free kick, and Martínez makes this vital one-handed save. Then, in the absolute chaos of stoppage time, 120+1, a dangerous ball is whipped across the goal toward a sliding attacker. With zero hesitation, Martínez throws his entire body right into the danger zone, smothering the ball a split second before a tap-in. They were hanging on by a literal thread. When the final whistle finally blew, it ended this unbelievable adventure for Cape Verde. Their coach, Bubista, beautifully summed it up with this quote: "We dignify what our country is. We drew twice against the world champions, we took it to extra time, we showed our identity." And he hit the nail right on the head. They drew twice against the champs, pushed them 120 grueling minutes, and won the hearts of fans everywhere. They exit the global stage with immense pride, and their heads held incredibly high. And so Argentina marches on, booking their spot in the round of 16 against Egypt. But man, this match gave us a serious blueprint of both vulnerability and sheer resilience from the champions. We saw that even when Lionel Messi, the scorer, is denied by a superhuman goalie, Lionel Messi, the playmaker, can still break your heart. As we look ahead to the rest of the tournament, you gotta ask, can this team keep surviving on the absolute margins? And will Messi's enduring, adaptable genius be enough to carry La Albiceleste to back-to-back World Cup titles? It's a huge question, and I, for one, can't wait to see how it unfolds. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.